God Almighty, like back in the old days. You know, years ago they had the A&R man to tell you what to play, how to play it, you know, whether it's disco or rock.
Hey YouTube, this is Griffin View Law 32 back with another design review blog video. If you guys watched the episode last week, I showed you this green box and told you that I was going to be reviewing what was inside it. So here are the shoes that were inside this. I just got these shoes not too long ago. My brother got me these for Christmas. He found them on eBay for a steal. So even though they're a little bit worn, but they're really in really nice shape for being from 2002. So for a shoe that's 12 years old, I can't complain about how good a shape they are in. This shoe, if you don't know what it is, it's the Nike Shox VC II. If you do know, you know that it comes after the VC1, which is a pretty crazy looking caged and Nike Shox shoe. But this one is a little bit more traditional, I guess I would say, a little bit more stripped back and aesthetically a little bit finer attention paid to details. So the VC II, the Nike Shox is a pretty crazy story. I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen Nike Shox, but the Shox took nearly like 17 or 18 years for Nike to be able to develop the Shox, which originally came out in like 2000. And if you think about it, they were working on Shox probably around the same time that they were trying to, like, the first Air Max 1 came out, which is pretty crazy to think about, like how much time it took to get the Shox right for Nike. Vince Carter was a signature athlete for these shoes. Nike had a lot of signature athletes in the early 2000s, but I think Vince Carter was very deserving of it. So the Shox, the VC2s have a full-length shock system with a smaller, I guess there's 5 smaller shocks here in the front and then 2 here on the back on each side. And these shocks were designed to absorb impact as well as kind of give a launch area. This is a pretty large surface area compared to a couple of other shoes. So it's just a nice area for your foot to be able to launch off of. The only downfall of Nike Shox is it's a little bit heavier than, say, something more traditional or more new age, like a Lunar or something like that. It's very heavy compared to that, but it's very stable. There's really no torque flexion in this shoe at all, which is pretty nice. So the VC2, I said, was a little bit stripped down from the VC1. The VC1, if you've seen it, has this full cage zip up collar and everything, and it has these really cool, they're like they expand with your foot. They're these like fingers almost. They kind of wrap around your foot. And it feels really, really tight. I used to have a pair back a long time ago. Fortunately, I don't anymore, but I am on the hunt for those if I can find them for a good deal. So if anybody knows of anybody that has some, let me know. But back to the design review. If you think about the VC2s versus the VC1s, the VC1s could be compared to a Lamborghini, whereas the VC2s are more like a Bentley. And the Bentley was kind of the inspiration behind the VC2s. They kind of wanted to strip down, take away some of the extra stuff that wasn't really needed, and they focused on, like a Bentley, they focused on really nice plush materials and the elegant lines that everybody knows for Bentley. But in a Bentley, they still have really nice sports car engines, which this is still a sports shoe, basketball shoe, so they wanted to focus on performance like the Bentley does. So the VC2 has a really nice suede with perforations on most of it, and I mean, if you feel it, it's really, really nice quality suede, along with this leather that has this nice silver accent piping on these ones, and a lot of the other ones are accented too. It also has some nice pull tabs, like on the back right here where it says Vince Carter, and then the Shox system is rounded on the bottom with your 4 main shocks, and they have these nice shocks on the side, kind of in a V in a way, I guess maybe you could say Vince Carter. And then this isn't really like a traditional Nike basketball outsole, but it seems to work really good. It has really good grip when I run my hand across it. I don't know if that translates that well to the court, but there's a lot of really nice features about the Shox VC, and this shoe was originally released, like I said, in 2002, and if you guys have heard of or know Jason Petrie, there's 5 little dots here on the little lace jewel, along with, as well as on the inside of the box here. There's 5 to signify the Jason Petrie, aka Alpha Project time that went on during the early 2000s at Nike. So I mean, this shoe really is just really, I think it's a really well crafted shoe. Russ Bengtson from Quick Strike rated it the 25th best Nike basketball signature shoe of all time. So I think that really shows how nice it is. People often forget about the Shox, the VCs especially. I think there's a really nice design to all the VCs, and unfortunately, you know, as Vince got older, they had to discontinue his line. But you know, you still can't take away what Nike did with the VC2s. So next week, I'm really not sure what I'm going to pull out yet, but I'm going to try and think of something that kind of like the VCs, that is kind of forgotten about, if I have anything more like that. If not, I'm sure there's going to be something that has a really nice design story to it, because that's what I want to focus on. And you guys don't be afraid to check me out on Instagram. My Instagram is b_mullen24. I have a lot of my own personal renderings, like computers or shoe designs and stuff like that I do on there. So don't be afraid to check that out, and don't be afraid to like and subscribe, because there will be more design reviews coming. So until next week, I'll catch you guys later. This is the VC2, and this is Griffin B-Ball 32. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good week.
On Chapel Hill, what you ain't see it. I know, Pyro, Grace Swisher, my vibes on. My opposition decline slow. My J straight out of China like baby Cairo. Shout out to Tiger, but my squad Balenciaga, one of the rarest and fly Snickers, the red the chocolate. It was all a dream, it was all a dream. Never Michael Jeffrey in 17s. I'm staying with my